Hi, everybody. This is Dr. Kristy Taylor, and I am back with another exciting episode of the Career Coach RX podcast. We are officially kicking off Black History Month, and we're going to be talking about the Ministry of Success. And we have an empowerment coach, educator, awesome speaker, and facilitator with us today. And we're going to be talking about everything from education to mindset transformation with Mrs. Rhonda Simmons. She has over 15 plus years of experience in education and even longer experience in the ministry. Ms. Simmons, we're so excited to meet you. And whatever I didn't cover, please tell us a little bit about yourself and what inspires you to do the work that you do.
Well, I am so glad to be here, Dr. Taylor. Thank you for the invite. Sometimes it's challenging to talk about myself because I don't take time to really think about it. I just do and keep moving forward. But as you mentioned, I am an educator and certified state principal. And I'm excited because I've spent the last nearly 15 years in education as a teacher and school administrator. And that has really opened up my mind to different possibilities and to different problems that can be addressed. I'm also the founder and CEO of the Simmons Empowerment Foundation, Incorporated. And it's a nonprofit organization that supports unwed teen moms. And our mission is to have a home for them, not just a shelter, but a place where they can learn pre and postnatal health education skills, job skills training, and coaching. And so we're on the move and definitely staying busy. And so the reason why I do what I do, first and foremost, is because God told me to. I know that sounds pretty simple, but truth isn't complicated. And so God told me to do this as far as the foundation is concerned. And actually, over 20 years ago, before I moved to Texas. And I wanted to know, what am I supposed to do when I get to Texas? I have no idea. And that was the answer to prayer that came back. And I did not see that coming at all. And God is just so faithful because here we are. A whole lot of life transpired between 2003 and 2020 when I started the nonprofit. But I know I'm in the right place at the right time.
This conversation can go so many ways. And when we had our initial discussion, I told you, I would go in whatever the direction that you flow in. Now, the lineup of people that I have coming on the podcast this month is very intentional, right? I have everyone from educators to people who work in real estate, because I want to talk about some of the hot topics in our community and some of the challenges. And but as a career coach, the one thing that I hear is I have to start the conversation out with that simple inspiration, because you're already giving tidbits of wisdom just in you sharing your story. When we talk about what inspires you, and you say what did you just say? Because that's going to be a quote I keep in my head. The truth is always simple. Or what did you just say?
Yeah, the truth isn't complicated.
Yeah, the truth isn't complicated, because from a coaching perspective, right? I'll often have people to come to me, hey, Dr. Taylor, I'm just trying to find my way. What am I, trying to figure out their career? What do they want to do? And I'm always like, follow your heart. We do these career assessments. We do all of these things. We go down the list, the checklist, and we do all of these things. But what you just said is so powerful, right? Because from a mindset and transformation standpoint, when something keeps bubbling up, and so in your mind, when you have a vision, you said for over 20 years, you've had a vision for wanting to do something in this ministry, your way of supporting, then you don't need a personality test, you don't need a career test, you don't need an exam to do that, right? Because you know that it was a vision that was given into you and created. And so I just want to remind people that as you said, right, the truth is not complicated. So when it's something that you feel in your heart that you want to do, you need to go in that direction, and God will continue to open doors for you. And so this is not a religious podcast, but if people have listened to my podcast before, they don't have no problem with talking about God, right? Because that's my sense of inspiration. And so in the 15 years that you've been an educator, that you've worked as a teacher, a principal, let's take a moment to discuss some of the challenges that you have seen students experiences. I have taught in K through 12 myself. in underserved communities. And I know that some of the challenges those students experience. But what I want to take this conversation to is, what challenges did you see as an educator that inspired you to become a principal? And then how does that translate into the work you do wanting to start at home for young mothers?